You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, so hello, welcome to this whiskey review. David wanted to review this. He bought this liter bottle at International Market for $6.99.
$6.99, and this is not a fifth. It is a liter.
I have one at my house. I bought mine at Savannah Discount.
So, Jay, you know a little bit more history on this.
Yes.
You've studied on. Why don't you tell us about this and let us know what's in it?
This
I don't know much history. Now, when
will be a good thing to kind of have late in the evening, I'm sure.
It's.
somebody's been...
You'll see.
Okay,
It's.
so, all right. I tried to do some trademark research. I cannot find out when this actually hit the market. The trademark says 2012 or something. I was like, no, that can't be right because I bought a bottle, or the trademark says 2018, but I bought a bottle way longer ago.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I decided to pick it up, I mean, not only the price was fantastic, but it also says it's from Bardstown, Kentucky.
Right.
Which we know is one of the distillers in Kentucky. So.
Yeah, okay, so here it goes. It's a Heaven Hill brand, I know that much. They also make it's a whole line of liquor. You know, you get these kind of things. They have a Clubhouse Gin, which I tried. They have Clubhouse Rum, Clubhouse Brandy, Clubhouse Blended, and so on. So it's Heaven Hill, Bardstown, Kentucky, one of the big family-owned distilleries. They make Elijah Craig and a lot of other stuff. Okay, so
Familiar brand.
Evan Williams, yeah. So this is not a familiar brand. This is like what you would call a bar whiskey. You'd see this.
Yeah, if you go in a bar and say, hey, I'll take a whiskey on ice with a splash of water, they'll probably pull something like this out.
Except you'll pay $6.99
Yeah,
for one
it's
drink
like
instead of
six.
$6.99 for the bottle. All right, so International Market has it. A lot of places around here are starting to carry it. 2 years ago, you never saw it. Okay, so I was watching an interview with he's retired now, but he was the the company representative for Heaven Hill for a long time. And he was talking about, they were interviewing him and saying, well, what happens, because he was talking about, barrel to barrel, it would be different. Like you could have the same exact ingredients and each barrel is going to taste different and we don't even know why, even if it's at the same temperature the whole time. So
that's the catchphrase on buying a single barrel versus
right, because it's going to be different, right?
It's the same stuff, but if you go from barrel to barrel,
right,
you're going to get different flavor notes.
And they blend them together to get the consistent taste. But he said that sometimes it might be too much heat on the barrel or something, and they'll try like some Elijah Craig or whatever.
Or maybe they char the barrels differently.
Right, but what I'm saying is they might try some Elijah Craig and they'll say, it's kind of off. So what they do when it's off, they'll just blend it in and make these things. They're not going to throw it out.
Now, would this be considered, we all know value versus, high end. Would this be, in terms of value, we all know value sometimes tend to be not so good. Will this be considered a good quality where it's worth the money, $6.99? Maybe the price may surprise people, but no, it's worth it that you have to try. It's pretty good.
That's where the argument's going to come in, because some people are going to say it's $6.99 and that's what you're going to get, a $6.99 a liter of whiskey. Other people might say it's better.
But the way you were speaking about it and the information that you got is that this might be a throw off from another brand, a really good brand that they're making, and they said, well, this hasn't met the quality.
And they don't throw it away,
like,
and they blend it.
Right, so we're gonna blend this down into something else, or we're gonna blend it in to another taste profile. So you did research, and what did you find out about this? That it has.
Okay, wait. So it's blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. So it's not really that dark. They age it, but it's not gonna be that dark. They add caramel color. It's got other flavorings, like they might use blending sherry, plum wine, stuff like that. Okay. Most of the body of this, about 80, we don't know, they don't give a ratio statement. Most of the body is going to be just straight corn liquor, neutral spirits, what they call moonshine. They take corn, they distill it, it's got no color, no aroma, no flavor, and they don't age it, or they might, but not for long, and they just mix it with the straight bourbon, and that's what you get. Like the 7 Crown that you got in the background, but the 7 Crown is more expensive. So this is $6.99 a liter. 7 Crown is going to be $12.97 for a fifth.
So the reason why 7 Crown is in the background, as you can see,
You made
over my right shoulder, is the fact that I made comments to Jay along the lines of, "Hey, this might actually taste like 7 Crown."
And I said, no way, no way,
And he said, "No way."
No.
So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take an unbiased approach at this and just air it out a little bit, smell it.
I'm
see what we
unbiased
get.
because I don't even care.
Well, I will say, let me just say this.
You're not a liquor drinker, okay?
There. No spirits. No, I'm just kidding. Would they, most like you said, they would say, okay, we'll fix you a drink. We'll set the high end stuff. We'll probably give you some of this. You know, mix it in. Obviously, they don't know. You know, the consumers.
Well, we know some people that work in bars, and they say that when you go to a bar and you order
A certain
maybe
thing.
Crown Royal and Coke, you're probably gonna get like some cheap
Something
Canadian
like-
whiskey and Coke.
Or,
Rich and Rare Reserve.
That sounds like a fraud, you know,
Yeah.
committing fraud. But
Well, that's
how
what
you
I'm trying
gonna
to
know,
say, you know,
right?
just it may look like it's on the Crown bottle, but probably maybe some of this might be in that bottle.
Right, if I
So-
order Smirnoff and something and I look behind, I say, why are you grabbing Crown Rust vodka? Because I can get that at the grocery store.
Okay, so
Or why are you grabbing Rickaloff?
So the purpose of all this tasting this tonight is that we're going to get all these guys, there's 3 of us tonight, they're going to taste this, who've actually had, and we're going to see if we can reminisce about what it tastes like and see how this reflects into it.
Okay, all right, so cheers.
Just
Cheers.
off of tasting this.
So the aroma is kind of bland.
Right.
The aroma I'm picking up
I
like,
think it's high end by smelling it, you know, but it's not. I don't know.
it ain't,
But
believe
it's
me.
not. So
I'm getting that caramel, I'm getting that corn whiskey, because I've had straight corn whiskey before. Mellow corn's just
That's straight corn.
one of the best corn whiskeys.
But that's a straight corn whiskey and it's aged 2 years in an uncharred barrel.
Right.
Uncharred. Okay.
Cheapest I found out is $10.99. So
We
with
really
$6.99, and that's a fifth. It's $6.99 a liter,
Right. That's
basically
it's cheap.
half price.
Yeah, and I think
And
it's,
this is added flavors to it. So we're looking at what, pear. You're talking about sherry. So you're getting a little bit more out of this.
when I first tried it, I didn't like it. I said, this is the worst. But then I started drinking it and I said, you know what? I don't think you understood the product. Now I realize that it's probably some kind of, like you said, blending sherry, maybe some plum wine. I mean, Heaven Hill makes all sorts of sherries and brandies, okay? So they got the
I'm
stocks.
sitting there tasting
They've
this,
got the stocks.
and I'm getting the sherry out of it. I'm getting the
Little wood.
a little,
Definitely a lot
not,
of
not a
wood.
whole lot of wood. You're getting a lot of wood.
some wood in this.
I'm not getting a whole lot of wood. I'm
Not
getting
charred,
the
no.
sherry. I'm getting
It's
just
like
kind of it's
See,
I hate to say it, it's good. It's good.
For
You know,
someone
I know y'all want to hear that on a $6.99 bottle, but it's good.
yeah, it was $5.99. So
It
that's-
tastes really darn good. Well, I'm not going to drive all the way to San
Right, I know that's like a 50.
I got to do like
20-mile drive.
like 20 miles. I'll burn. I don't know.
Right, you'll-
2 gallons of gas. I
Yeah.
can just go over here.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I'm just saying
Right.
it can be bought for cheap, but it's so.
But it's just so mellow. It's just there's hardly any burn to it.
oh no,
For-
it's very mild and mellow. It's
And
a
who
mixer.
knows?
It's a
Maybe
mixer.
this is what you were talking about. Maybe this is something that they created before, which was supposed to be a high end.
No, what I said was they take better if they're making straight bourbon and there's something not right with it. They're not going to throw it out.
No,
the guy
they're-
said we
right.
just blend it off into our blends, and there's a market for that because people make mixed drinks. They're going to buy their Sprite and mix it with Sprite after
and
work.
I think that's what it is right there because of the price is $6.99 and people who probably were not as analytical about this will say, you know what, it tastes good to me, versus Seagram 7 for the price. I would get this and like I said, I can mix it with Sprite, Coke, whatever. I'm gonna get a good drink. I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm just
I have-
out there to get tipsy,
I
have
have
a good
friend
time, and that's what
a-
people look
that's
at
a
it that
Seagram-
way.
A
like
Seagram's
this,
lover, and they love this. They
you had
taste this.
Seagram's lover try
Yeah,
it.
and they love it. So
Oh well, okay.
yeah,
All right.
they were telling me, "Wow, that's how much?" I was like, "Yeah, half price." They're like,
And you liked the Heaven Hill, the one that's called Heaven Hill blended whiskey, with the old, look like the old store sign on it, which they just recently changed the name. They call it Quality House Heaven Hill blended whiskey now. I think they're going to change it to Quality House, but now it's called Quality House Heaven Hill blended whiskey. Which is their #1 seller. And that's everywhere around here. We were walking in the French Quarter. I saw an empty bottle.
I did too.
On that
Yeah.
windowsill.
"When you saw it too."
And as we get back to what we said, folks, I mean, this has been going on forever. With wine and beer, all these stores you go to, and locations you go to, looking for, you got the high end stuff, and you got the budget value stuff. Sometimes the value is not always going to be the best, but sometimes it can.
Well,
will
sometimes
surprise you.
yeah,
It'll
it's not going to be
surprise
the
you,
worst.
Like Kirkland's, we know with Costco. And
Some of those could be questionable.
very true, and some of them have been. And I know someone I know who goes and buys the Kirkland's vodka, and they love it, and they mix it with their when they're doing mixing with their Sprite, mixing with any sort of drinks, doing Bloody Marys, they enjoy it, and I'm like, I'm not so sure, and I was like,
Well, I've only had experience.
Just like that, I'm just saying, just these store value brands, you'll be surprised. They'll say yeah, but sometimes it's a hit and miss,
Yeah, and
You get lucky, you don't get lucky.
You're right, and you never know what's going to hit or miss until you try it.
Right.
And you're not putting any money out hardly. And you know what? Everybody does not make a whole lot of money. Some people, they don't make a lot of money, so they can't afford to say, "Oh, I'm going to go buy all this $100 whiskey." Well, they can't afford it. Okay, they can't. So then they have to deal with these kind of things. They exist,
Yes.
right? They're on the market, so we're reviewing
They're
it.
there for a reason. So that's what we're doing. We're taste testing stuff like this for you guys. We're putting that education out there. You all make a decision in your own head.
Right, and a lot of people.
Do you want the marketing agents or your peers to tell you what to get,
the
or do you really want to take and say, okay, well, I could save a little money and try this, and if I don't like it, well, I didn't invest a whole lot of money into it. I won't buy it again. Then I'll go back to the other things that everyone's telling me to get. But for the most part, this is pretty darn.
Yeah, and another thing, some people are going to make comments like, "That's why y'all reviewing rot gut and all." It's not rot gut. It is
I'm
not.
going to make one point out. There is a whiskey right now that is finished in sherry bottles. Is that Angel's Envy? Is finished in sherry bottles. And
Sherry
you know how
bottles
much
or sherry barrels?
sherry barrels? I'm sorry, sherry barrels. And you know how much that's retailing for? $59 to $69, depending on where you're
Yeah,
buying.
I'd say
That's
$6.99.
$59 to $69, and we're getting sherry notes off of this, and I'm getting a low burn, and this is 80. Kids, you got to try this. It's basically 10% of the price of the Angel's Envy, and I had that before. That's really good stuff. Does this match up to it? I don't really know.
That's it. All depends on
But-
your judgment, how you feel.
For 10% of the price of something that's high
Yeah,
end
well,
and we
wait,
all know about, you can certainly try this.
Well, when you
If
went
you don't
to-
like it, it's no big deal.
Yeah, you haven't lost much. You lost a price of a Burger King meal, or less. So you
6-pack of beer.
maybe. So you
Carl Rossi wine. maybe.
So you started sending me text messages when you went to international market. And you were like, "I tried this Clubhouse. I really like it." I was shocked because I was like, I didn't expect him to buy that. So okay, there it is.
All right.
Heaven
So
Hill.
let's-
Thank you,
let's-
Heaven Hill.
So, y'all want to give a rating on this?
Yeah, I would say it's a B. It's good. I'm not gonna say.
I'm
A
going
or
to give it a B plus because I think it's competitive. I think it's good, and it's got a really good finish on it. It doesn't bit. It's not bitter, and it doesn't bite back. So I don't know what else you want from a whiskey. Go ahead and try it. I'm going to give this a solid B plus.
Okay, I'm
Give it
saying
a
B, like about
B, same
85.
score for me for this one.
A B.
Again,
Yeah.
probably mix it with
So
some.
we're saying, hey, pretty darn good.
Well, wait, Jean, you said
As I
what?
said, mix it with some soda, or you could just have it, nice and simple finish. Again, nothing really.
And right, and we
And
we
it's a-
we,
Well,
we drank
you're
it
saying
neat.
B.
B, okay, score. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're drinking it neat. So 99.9% of the people buying it are not going to drink it neat.
No,
They're going to mix it with Hawaiian Punch, Delaware Punch, something like that,
Exactly.
Coke,
Okay.
Sprite, whatever people. I know somebody said they mix their whiskey with milk.
Which
I've never heard that.
Never
I've
that
heard
before.
Scotch with milk, but I've never heard of whiskey with milk.
Well, I talked to somebody and he
Scotch
said,
whiskey, yes.
he said, my grandma always mixes whiskey with milk. I said, she does? He said, yes, she loves it. I said, oh, well, if you like it, well, hey.
Yeah, can't hurt. All right, so
All
we're
right,
gonna
so-
finish this review.
So Les Le Bon Ton Relais, an interesting product for this whiskey review, and we're going to end this review. And by the way, Clubhouse did very well in the taste challenges in my channel, and we're going to end this by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Got any other comments to say?
Yes, sir.